obviously very aroused. You want to start taking clothes off. Would you help her with it? Would you help her take her clothes off? Would you just take your own and leave her to do it?
I would do it one of two ways. I would either just have it where the both of you start to take off your own clothes, so that way you truly know that she wants it. Or for instance, if you can tell that like you're both trying to take off clothes and you want to be a little bit sexy, you could just ask her, like, do you want to take my shirt off? That way then she also has the option to do that for you or not. And then normally she'll either go and take off her own clothes or else then maybe ask for you to do it in return.
She's obviously ready. You've asked her, can I finger you? And she's put the green lights up. She said, yes, you may. And so how do you do it? What positions and how do you start, thinking of penetration?
Well, first of all, make sure that you have a lot of like good body contact with it. If you're kind of coming from this front point and using your finger like a penis, which I think most people try and do and go in and out, that's actually what's going to cause her to freeze up. So instead, she's lying on her back, you're making out, you have your hand there, you've already been using the cup. It'll be quite natural if she's moving her hips back and forth, that then you just gently, like this right here, you just curl your finger in, and then she'll be able to move her hips in to then bring you in to her.
Okay.
And then when it comes to stimulation, this is really important. It's not about in and out, actually just lightly going down and up. And again, you can see if she's not moving as much, maybe you do a little down and up, and that'll encourage her to start moving. But the more she moves, you actually don't have to move so much yourself, which is going to make it be less jerky for her, less kind of like pushing on different points, and keeping a lot of body contact is going to allow her body to relax and naturally get turned on.
Okay, so you want her to do, most of the movement because obviously she knows what she likes, so she'll, rock her body depending on what she likes.
Yeah, and keep kissing her and making out. It'll go with the whole dry humping that you've been doing.
Going back to the G-spot, is that something you should be looking for?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, when it comes to the G-spot, just try and keep it simple.
Keep it simple for the first time.
Don't try and look. What I would do instead is actually just put your mind in your finger and just start to explore, like, what does it feel like inside her and what are the reactions she's having. Okay. And in general, when you're stimulating, just use like a tip of the finger and just go up. And then allow her to pull you in so that you're not trying to go into more depth. You're going to get a lot of sensation and stimulation right here within that first knuckle to 2 knuckles. You don't even need to go further than that.
Okay.
Especially at that point, with that, she probably will get aroused enough where she's like, please put your penis inside me.
And then, so obviously, you've done 1 finger, and what if she asks for 2?
That's a good question. So again, if you're going to insert a second finger, don't pull out the first and then go in. Instead, what you're going to do is you have this 1 finger that's already in.
Yeah.
Here, you're going to go down and then come up, and it's going to create a little bit of space. So that way then you can sink this one in and then go down again. So it's going to be a lot easier for her to stretch up and down. So you put your fingers like this.
Okay.
As opposed to stretching sideways like that. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you kind of par them on top of each other side.
Yes, and again, you're curling in.
Okay.
And if you notice any resistance at all on the skin, then get some lube, get some oil, pull out. You can use saliva, whatever it is. But the main thing is, don't just also like put the pressure on her to be the one that to be wet enough.
You've got to ask her as well, is this feeling okay? Are you okay? Are you enjoying this? And if she says, she's experiencing a bit of pain and you can feel there's a bit of resistance in the body, what should you do?
Well, first of all, you need to notice that there's a natural tendency that she's going to kind of want to please you and maybe a little embarrassed that she feels pain. So if you feel at all like she's kind of clenching or that she looks like she's in pain and then you ask her and she says no and tries to move through it, that's a sign for you just to sit there and say, hey, let's relax, there's no pressure. And then I would actually remove the contact and then just go back in to like cupping and holding and see if her body relaxes before then returning again. So the main thing is that you're going to check in and ask if it's something that she's enjoying and then read her body language to see if, she's not folding in on herself. So that you need to have both positive affirmation with the verbal yes as well as the body.